It's about faith to believe. It's about hope to receive. It's about love to give life. It's about transplant life with me, Ms. Vinnie.
10 years ago, Robert Chelsea was driving home from his weekly church fellowship in Los Angeles. His car overheated, and he pulled to the side of the freeway awaiting roadside assistance. While waiting in his car for help, a drunk driver smashed into Robert's disabled car. Robert's car exploded on impact. He suffered third-degree burns over 50% of his body, mostly to his upper body and face, making him nearly unrecognizable to his friends, his family and himself. After enduring more than 30 surgeries to repair his body and many years of prayer, Robert became the first African American in history to receive a full facial transplant.
About 11 years ago, I think that's the reason why I'm here today sharing with you, is because I was in an auto accident. I was on the freeway and a drunk driver swerved over to my lane, ran straight into me. My car went up in the air, and when it came down, a few seconds later, then it just blew up.
So this happened in 2013, was it?
Yes.
So you were driving on the 605 freeway, if I remember your story correctly, and you had just left church that evening, right?
Well, that's how the record seems to go. People have said I don't really know where I was. It was on a Monday, and actually my car had
Overheated, right?
Overheated, yeah. So I was on the shoulder of the freeway, and the driver drove across a few lanes on the 605 freeway, and drove straight on to me, and when he hit me, the impact caused my car to go up in the air.
My goodness, he must have been going really fast. I understand he was a drunk driver also, right?
Yes, he was a drunk driver.
Yeah.
Yes. So when my car blew up, I was burned pretty much from head to toe, including my lips being burned off and part of my tongue. So.
Do you remember that moment?
Oh yeah. I was conscious until the time I was admitted into the gurney, the emergency gurney. I laid on the gurney thinking that somebody would come and pick me up from the hospital, just check me out, because I didn't realize that. I knew I was burned because I had burn spots that I could feel, but I didn't know it was as severe as it was. My arms, the person that helped me, Richard Robles, he came to my rescue, and he said he tried to take my arm, but my arm was melting.
Melting.
Yes.
So tell us about that, the angel that rescued you while the car had exploded and it was in flames, right?
Yes.
So he came from out of nowhere and pulled you out of the car?
Yes, he assisted me out. Let's keep in mind, I think you mentioned the topic of faith. God could have let the car swerve around me. And if I had seen that, I would have rejoiced. But he allowed me to be in the accident. And I'm ever so grateful, because in spite of how deformed and challenging physically it was, mentally and so on, still there was such a glorious experience for me going through this. And so I do remember getting out of the car. I remember telling who I was. When I laid on the gurney, I woke up 6 months later. So I was in a coma for
6 months after the accident, you woke up.
Yes.
You were in a coma.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we look at things and say, "Oh my God, these are miracles here, miracle there, miracle." But God just has such a wonderful way. How can you really just call it miracles, or is that His way, His ability to do? It's normal for Him, but for us, it's just out of this world. We can't even conceive.
Well, His thoughts are not our thoughts, and His ways
Not
are
at
not our
all.
ways at all, right?